New post-ABC numbers show Obama leading 5 of 6 potential Republican rivals tested in the poll, but he is in a dead heat with former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney, who formally announced his candidacy last week, making jobs and the economy the central issues in his campaign. Mike, stand by. I'm going to change up the audio soundbite order as soon as I find the soundbite that I want you to use, and I just found it. Grab audio soundbite number 19. Last Friday in Manchester, New Hampshire, at the University of New Hampshire, Romney held a town hall meeting, and during the Q&A, somebody stood up and said nearly all the other candidates suggest that there is no scientific consensus on climate change. Some insist that it's not even occurring. We can't have a meaningful discussion about solutions until there's agreement about the problem. Will you, sir, state now that under a Romney administration, global warming will be accepted as reality, and this reality will form the foundation for all climate and energy policy? And here's what Romney said.
I believe the world is getting warmer. I can't prove that, but I believe, based on what I read, that the world is getting warmer. And number two, I believe that humans contribute to that. I don't know how much our contribution is to that, because I know there have been periods of greater heat and warmth in the past, but I believe that we contribute to that. And so I think it's important for us to reduce our emissions of pollutants and greenhouse gases that may well be significant contributors to the climate change and the global warming that you're seeing.
Bye-bye nomination. Bye-bye nomination. Another one down. We're in the midst here of discovering that this is all a hoax. The last year has established that the whole premise of man-made global warming is a hoax. Now, here's a fact for you, and I mentioned this at the top of the program today. 70% of the Republicans polled are split all over the map, but they know that they do not support Romney. The reason is simple. Romney is not a conservative. He's not, folks, but you can argue with me all day long on that, but he isn't. What he has going for him is that he's not Obama. That he is doing incredibly well in the debates because he's done it a long time. He's very seasoned. He never makes a mistake. And he's going to keep winning these things if he never makes a mistake. It's that simple. But I'm not personally ready to settle on anybody yet. And I know that neither are most of you. And I also know that most of you do not want this over now. Before we've even had a single primary, all we've had are straw votes. You know that the Republican establishment's trying to nail this down and end it. You know that that's happening. And I know that you don't want that to happen, and neither do I. Now, as for Romney, and you should know, by the way, that I've met Romney. I've not played golf with him. I've met him, and I like all of these people. This isn't personal. Not with what country faces and so forth. I like him very much. I've spent some social time with him. He's a fine guy. He's a very nice gentleman. He is a gentleman. But he's not a conservative. And if you disagree, I'm open. The telephone lines are yours. Call and tell me what you think it is that makes him a principled conservative. What exactly is it? There's something that he has said that shows conservative principled leadership. What did he say? I'm open to it. Last hour had a call who was talking about talking about the three legs of the conservative stool. And I said that one of the reasons why the party or why voters on our side are going to 3 or 4 different candidates is because not one candidate embodies all three legs of the stool. I should say that the more accurate way to have stated that is at the outset of our campaign, there wasn't one who did. Well, there was one. Fred Thompson did, but he was never really a factor for reasons we could only guess about. But after that, Romney, McCain, Huckabee, Ron Paul, each one of these guys, had a strength on one of those legs of the stool, and so our side went off on their single issue preferences. Now, I think now, based on the way the campaign has shaken out, that there probably is a candidate on our side who does embody all three legs of the conservative position, the conservative stool, and that's Romney. The three stools, or the three legs of the stool, are national security, foreign policy, the social conservatives, and the fiscal conservatives. The social conservatives are the cultural people. The fiscal conservatives, the economic crowd, low taxes, smaller government, get out of the way. And, of course, the foreign policy crowd is obvious what it is. I don't think there's anybody on our side who doesn't care about national security, which is why I've found it amazing that McCain gets the bulk of those, because the idea that who's left, Romney or Huckabee, are going to punt national security